Fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. Tonight I give my sixth speech entitled Short Man Syndrome. I'll have a pint of Doom Bar and a Diet Coke, please. Alright, lovey, but have you got any ID first? Yeah, I've got some ID. Oh, is it your birthday? That doesn't look like you, does it? Oh, you look really young. You're going to love it when you're 40, aren't you? Yeah, as long as all my hair doesn't fall out before then, I'm sure I'll love it. Thank you very much. That's the story of on my 30th birthday, when it was just myself, my partner Emma, my 2-year-old girl, little girl, and my mum in the room. And with that poster on the wall, I still nearly didn't get served. I was telling a friend of mine that story recently, and he decided to take the angle of asking me, does it bother you that you look young, or that you're really small? I said no, it's part of who I am. Then proceeded to give him a list of the reasons why it does bother me. I avoid confrontation at all costs. Men with not really very much going for them in bars will use me as a way of trying to display their alpha male qualities. And worst of all, when I'm in a crowd at a gig, I can't see a bloody thing. He had twigged by that point that I may have a few problems with being small and looking young. Now, I am an advocate of equality, but I do believe that there are some forms of discrimination that as yet go unrecognised. I realised that recently when an executive where I work was presenting to over 200 of us in the room and several hundred more on the phone. And she is a member of groups within our business that are there to stand up for equality, and in fact she chairs some of them. She was telling us a tale of recently when she represented the business at an event hosted by the Lord Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. Now all she had to tell us that she could remember from that day was how incredibly small Sadiq Khan is and how it was absolutely hilarious. And she had the whole room and people on the phone all laughing about it, all except me. I was thinking, why? Why is it okay that she can laugh at him for being small when there are many other things about people you're not allowed to laugh at, quite rightly? Now, maybe I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, or maybe I have short man syndrome. I don't know if there is a word for discriminating against people because of the way they look or because of the shape of their body. But I do know that it's not just me that suffers from it. A friend of mine is 6'10". He has to actively avoid confrontation. And when he is in bars, every man wants to start on him to try and increase their alpha male qualities. He doesn't have as much trouble as me at gigs and seeing what he wants, but people climb on him instead, apparently. Him and I have something in common. We both used to struggle when we were younger getting into nightclubs. Alright geezers, come over here then, come on, let me see ya. You mate, you look like you're going to cause trouble. And you look like you're absolutely smashed already. You ain't coming in here, no chance, no chance. Go and have a coffee, go on. I haven't had a single thing to drink and he's driving, we're just coming to meet our mates. Oh right, well, I don't think I believe you mate, you've picked me out before, like last week, Can you remember? No. Look, come back in an hour, I might let you in. My friends have been telling me for years that I have short man syndrome. And if me standing up for a point that I believe in, especially with a bit more strength once I've had a few to drink, means that I have short man syndrome, so be it. What I don't like to see is people being discriminated against just because of how they look and their body shape. I don't think that that is fair. But I don't lose any sleep about it. And it's not going to stop me getting another drink from the bar. Have another Doom bar, please. Alright mate, but I've got to ID you first, yeah? Think 25? Yeah? I'll give you my ID, mate, but if you guess how old I am, I'll buy you another drink as well. Mr. Toastmaster?
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and indeed most welcome guests. Paul Stelling's speech then to do with vocal variety. Just a reminder at the very beginning, this is my personal opinion about how I found the speech, and that's how I've structured this feedback. The first thing that hit me, which hopefully hit you as well, is the effective use of this really sexy looking banner, the banner not the picture, with regard to Paul's 30th birthday. A very good start to the speech, got us all in the mood, nice and relaxed. A really effective use of humour throughout the speech that Paul used, especially with the reference to gigs and how he couldn't see a bloody thing, which I think again helped us to be in the right mood and really opened ourselves up with a story that Paul was about to take us into. One of the things that I noticed about Paul's speech is the use of hands in pushing together the fingers, which was a sort of a regular occurrence throughout Paul's speech. It was something to be aware of in terms of deciding how to and what to do with the hands, whether to put them down, whether to use them in some sort of gesture, something to be aware of. And in addition to that, to do with body language, the use of eye contact as well. So Paul, I think, found himself looking to the back of the room, to a central point in the back of the room, and perhaps forgetting at different points to scan across the audience to get the connection between the speaker and the audience. The ending was quite abrupt. And I think in terms of structure, while the speech generally was good in terms of structure, the ending sort of arrived upon us very quickly, and I was sort of surprised when Paul called the Toastmaster, because I was expecting something else just to finish things off. Perhaps a reminder of the message, perhaps. Ladies and gentlemen, next time you have a friend that is short, tall, fat or thin, remember they're a person too. Just something to add in, just to sort of polish the thing off, which I think would have given it really great gravitas. The objectives was around vocal variety, and I would say that Paul definitely made a better geezer than he did old lady. Some really good effective use of vocal variety. Some opportunities perhaps to height and a lower pitch throughout, and certainly play with volume a little bit more, but generally I think achieved the objectives to do with vocal variety very well. Finally, let me end on the thing that I enjoyed the most. With any speech that you deliver, if it's a personal message with personal emotions, I think you can deliver that with much more confidence and gravitas, which made the whole speech very enjoyable to listen to. I hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.